Hey guys, welcome back to our video again. So in this video, we wanted to test out this throttle lock. So this is a third-party throttle lock that we bought it from AliExpress. It's mimicking the branded one like Kakao. Of course, they also sell the Atlas kind where you can press two buttons here, which we find a bit unsightly, so we bought this. So it looks exactly the same, but as compared to the standard bar end, it felt a bit lighter. It doesn't come with an instruction manual, so it requires some time for you to understand how it works. So it takes us quite a while to install. So right now we will show you how it's being done. So the packaging comes with all the tools ready for you to install, which is very nice. The only thing short is the instruction manual. So it has these two special small screw inside, which we supposed to do the same thing. It just has a different head. One is flat, one is sharp. Basically, that is to tighten up the grip. So when you dial in the ring doesn't really move, even under the affection of the vibration from your handlebar. Okay, so the worst have happened. The lock pin or the screw is actually different size. The original one is bigger. The one with the throttle lock is slimmer. So I think the only remedy is to enlarge this hole. From comparison, the stock one is actually taller a little bit than this throttle lock. Probably we need to make a damper to match with the length here in order for this to fit in. So what we can do now to enlarge this to 8mm is to drill it. Okay, finally we drill through. So it's a bit hot. So now we need to disengage it. Then we have to test fit with the bolt and see whether it works. This is the bolt. Nice. Okay, to cover the shortfall of the height from the stock one, so this basically what we did is we use a 5mm rubber boot and then drilled it in a hole. Okay, so with this new rubber damper, so both of the length will be equal, and now we are ready to install it back to the handlebar. Packaging also comes with this plastic ring, so I guess is to put it somewhere here because there's no instruction, so we really don't know. So right now we install this in and then see whether it works. Apparently this rubber damper that we created doesn't work because it gets squashed and then the gap has to close. Even if you just tighten it, it will lock the throttle. So the alternative is to put in two nuts and then create the gap, and then we will screw it in and see whether this thing still presses on the grip and causes the throttle to lock. So after all the trial and error, we finally installed. So we use two nut and two washer. So that's the best combination. We did some other adjustment like tightening this pin. So this roller has more resistance to spin. Right now we will test it out. So this is where it's supposed to be slack, and then all you need to do is the grip, and then it should lock. So you release it, it should return. So this is actually an alternate way for a bike who doesn't have cruise control default, or a non-ride-by-wire kind of bike to have a close to cruise control kind of function. Unlike a cruise control, it doesn't regulate speed, so basically it just lock in the throttle and keep the throttle open. Or if you are heading up an upslope or downslope, basically the speed will accelerate or decelerate accordingly. Unlike a cruise control, when you set at a fixed point, it will just maintain at a fixed point no matter what's the terrain. So if it's going upslope, they will increase the throttle, and then if it's a downslope, they will reduce the throttle. So this throttle control doesn't do that. But the good thing is because it's very mechanical, so it can be repaired or replaced fairly easily. So the only way to test out a cruise control or throttle lock is to be in the highway. So we are on the expressway just before peak hour, but apparently there's still a lot of vehicles around. So we will ride further down, much more empty stretch before we activate the throttle lock. So this throttle lock behaves like a throttle. So if you close it like this, if you rotate it like this, it's actually locking the throttle. If you push it away from you, actually release the throttle. So how it works is actually uses friction to press against the throttle tube and the grip in order to hold it in place. And to be honest, if you ask me whether do you need this in Singapore, I don't think you need, because most of the time you see traffic are like that. You're so close to one another, and then the speed is not very regulated. Sometimes you increase, sometimes you decrease speed, which makes it very dangerous for your cruise control or your throttle control to be activated, unless you are riding in the wee hour where there's not much vehicle on the road. Okay, let's try maintaining 60. So if we lock the throttle, so it's upslope, so you see it's struggling to maintain. So this is the part where I say that it's not like your real cruise control, where it will regulate your speed. It's very useful for North-South highway touring, where you keep at a constant speed and basically the plane is quite flat. Okay, once we lock it, it does maintain around that speed. If it's a flat, so to release it, all you need to do is just close throttle, and then you can squeeze your throttle again. So your throttle are free now. So if you're looking for something that is just for short-term usage, especially when you're doing touring, so I find this will be a very affordable kind of option that you can opt for, rather than opting the electronic cruise control or getting a bike with cruise control, etc. So alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. See you on the next one. Bye bye.